Raider Nation, what's going on? I hope you guys are enjoying back-to-back victory weeks coming off of our 21-17 victory over New England. I'm enjoying it. I hope you guys are. I'm hitting you real quick with my pregame analysis of our upcoming Week 7 matchup against the Chicago Bears in Chicago, hitting up Soldier Field. Going in 3-3. This is a big one. Just as the last two were, this one's huge as well. But before I get into it, please like the video, hit the subscribe button, turn on those notifications so you know when I drop content. I definitely appreciate it. It'll help me on my journey, just growing the Raider Nation here in the Vegas area and across the world. So I appreciate you guys. But to kind of get into it, to really understand kind of my analysis on it, got to drop you with a little bit of an injury report. So let's go over the Bears, right? Justin Fields, he's out. Tyson Bagent, their backup, their rookie backup, is going to get the start. They got two offensive linemen out. Nate Davis, he's got an ankle issue. Dan Feeney, he's going to be out. Their right tackle, he's got a knee issue. They say he's questionable, but I think he's not going to play. Again, this is 24 hours until the game. Something might drop tomorrow morning. You just don't know, Sunday morning. Terrell Smith, he's got an illness. He's their one of their cornerbacks, and they got a really tough running back situation over there in Chicago. Their starter Khalil Herbert, he was put on IR a couple weeks ago. Then you got the backup Roschon Johnson, which is going to be out for his second week he's under concussion protocol. So their backfield, when it comes to quarterback and running backs, it's a mess. They're going to have to rely heavily, with is that DJ Moore that's over there. Cole Kmet, their tight end. They're going to have to rely a lot on other weapons because that backfield is beat up. So, and then let's go ahead and jump into the Raiders, right? With Jimmy G's out, you got Brian Hoyer that basically got the nod, so he's going to get the start tomorrow against Chicago. Nate Hobbs is out. I believe it's his fourth game in a row that he's going to be out. So, Tyler Hall got just recently signed to the 53-man roster. He's been playing in a couple games, and he's looking good, man. That young man is really earning his spot, which is awesome to see. And then Jacorian Bennett's going to be out. So Amik Roberts is going to step in like he did last week through some injuries. So Amik Roberts has been playing pretty solid as well. So it shouldn't really hamper our defense too much. But, we got to stay solid because we all know defense has been winning us ball games. So now I'm going to go through kind of my keys to victory. And so I'm going to go over the offense first. And number one is build off of what we did with Michael Mayer last game, right? 5 catches, 75 yards, got him going early. We got to build on that. We got to get the ball to Michael Mayer, share that ball. I'd love to see some Trey Tucker as well, but share that ball, keep the defense guessing, keep them on their toes, spread that ball to all the weapons that we got. And then, like I've said, for weeks upon weeks now, we got to see the deep ball. Brian Hoyer came in last week in the second half, took a deep shot downfield to Trey Tucker, the 48-yard pass completion. That was the longest offensive play of the season. We got to see more of it. I'd like to see a minimum of 4 to 5 deep shots this game. Hopefully we complete 2, possibly 3. But if we could take 4 to 5 deep shots, true deep shots, and complete at least 2 of them, I think that's going to open up the run game. It's going to open up the underneath game with, possibly Michael Mayer, sending him across the field. And shoot, you never know. We might see some Hunter Renfrow. Who knows? But until then, I think we're going to struggle. Defenses are going to stack the box and continue just to bring the house. So I'd like to see us get Davante Adams, get him going early. Obviously, there's been some controversy this last week with him and some comments that he's made. I think at the end of the day, he just knows. He's one of, if not the best receiver in the NFL. If our offense is going to succeed, he's got to succeed. And so I think that's what, I kind of got from the comments is that he knows how good he is, and we all know how good he is. And in order for our offense to do well, we got to feed him the ball. So even if he's double covered, he ain't covered. So I think we got to get Devontae going early, really force Chicago's defense to pay attention to him even more, which then again helps open up, some other offensive weapons. And then one of the big things is get a good rhythm going to start the game. You want to win the time of possession battle. So with Brian Hoyer, he's a veteran. He understands this game. He's been through this rodeo before. So let's get some good timing throws in the beginning. Let's march our way downfield. I'd love to see us open up with at least a 9-10 play drive, chew up some of that clock, but just get some rhythm going. I'd love to see a deep ball, fairly early in the game, but what I'd love to see even more is just get a good rhythm. So I think some good rhythm throws to start the game would be really good. Uh, Again, win the time of possession battle. It's been something I've been saying for a long time. The last 2 games, we've won the time of possession battle. We won it against Green Bay. We won the time of possession battle against New England. And guess what? Our defense did well. Why? Because they get some rest. Because they have time on that sideline to understand what happened the previous drive or the previous drives, and really devise a strategy going into the next series or even the second half or whatever it may be. Give them time to rest and kind of recap on what they're seeing out on the field. So win the time possession battle. And lastly, offense. Let's do something that we haven't seen all season. Score more than 20 points. You haven't done it yet. Josh McDaniels, you got your boys, you got your personnel. Put up 20 plus. We did it last week, but that was the help of a safety from our defense. McDaniels, step it up. Bring your boys together. Make it happen. Score more than 20, please. Especially this week because we're going against a rookie quarterback and a banged up offense. We need to put at least 20 up. So those are kind of my keys to victory when it comes to the offensive side. Now let's look at the defensive side. I think when you have a rookie quarterback, one of the best things you could do is control the line of scrimmage. It's not always necessarily, make that tackle in the backfield. That's always great. But, they're going to try to control the tempo of the game with some short passes. They're going to try to control the tempo by the running game. They're now, like I said before, their backfield is beat up. Their first and second string running backs are out of the game. So, it's not necessarily tackle them in the backfield, get those tackles for losses, even though that's great. Don't allow the runners to get a rookie quarterback in a 2nd and 3 situation, a 2nd and 4 situation, a 2nd and 2, a 3rd and 2, a 3rd and 3, where it opens up the playbook. Make sure that rookie quarterback has to sit in 2nd and 10, 2nd and 11, 2nd and 9, 3rd and 9 plus type of situations. Just control that line of scrimmage and get that rookie quarterback in situations that are hard to capitalize on. So control the line of scrimmage. And then, their secondary is banged up. Our secondary is a little banged up, right? You got Nate Hobbs out. Jacorian Bennett is out. Even though we got some pretty good replacements out of Tyler Hall and Amik Roberts has been playing pretty good. I think our front four needs to get after this rookie quarterback. I'd love to see, Patrick Graham kind of move the defense around, confuse this rookie a little bit. But at the end of the day, this front four needs to get after this quarterback, let the rest of our 7 kind of sit back a little bit, and capitalize on this rookie quarterback, make a mistake. And when I say bring pressure with 4, our front 4 needs to really dominate this game. I think one way you do that is you move Max Crosby around, right? Their offensive line is pretty beat up, Chicago's. Move Max Crosby around. Don't let him just sit on one side and come from one side all day long. Move him around. Make that offensive line, have to guess where he's going to line up next and make those adjustments. And a lot of times when you do that, it forces that offense to kind of get deep in that play clock. And this is a rookie quarterback. If he sees the defense and that clock is ticking down, all of a sudden it's 7 seconds, 6 seconds, 5 seconds, and he now is trying to make an adjustment. He can go in panic mode. That's where you get your delay of game calls. That's where you get unwarranted timeout calls from their offense. And so, they'll waste a timeout. I think move that defensive line around, move Max Crosby around a little bit, confuse them, confuse this rookie quarterback. I think that will help in really ascending four and getting potential pressure of four with four. So, front four, you got to dominate this game. Let the rest of our the back end of our defense clean everything up. I think which would really help in potentially winning this game. And then, Chicago again, they have a rookie quarterback, right? So he's going to come out. My guess is that with any offensive coordinator that has to deal with a rookie quarterback, you're going to want some tempo throws. You're going to want to get him some easy throws. So, pretty early, look out for the screens. Look out for the screens. Look out for the dump passes into the flat. So keep everything in front of you. I think that's what they're probably going to do, even in third and long situations. Just look for the screens. You can't really expect a rookie quarterback, especially this is a rookie quarterback that came from a small school, and so his experience at this level, at this speed, really is pretty green. And so they're going to probably do some things that get him comfortable. So watch out for those short passes. Keep everything in front of you. In long yardage situations, watch out for those draws. Watch out for those screen plays. So I just think, play this like you're playing a rookie. And then, don't get beat deep. That's the biggest thing, right? The one thing that you can do as a favor to a rookie is let him hit two or three deep balls. Get on our side of the field, win that the field position battle. Don't let him do that. Keep everything in front. Let him work his way down the field. It's one of the hardest things in the NFL, or really any level, to sustain an 8, 9, 10, 11 play drive and executing every play, fairly perfectly. Because that's what you really have to do to sustain those type of drives, is to minimize those mistakes. And that's my thing, is don't make it easy on this kid. Don't make it easy on the rookie. Don't let him just throw it up, to DJ Moore or somebody like that, and he catches a 50-yarder down the sideline, and gains 20 yards after that. Don't bail this rookie out. So keep everything underneath. If he wants to hit 2-3 yarders all day long, do it. Just be on the hip of the receiver and make a solid tackle. And then last but not least for the defense, play penalty-free football. They could be in a 3rd and 11, 3rd and 12, and he tries to throw a ball, and all of a sudden it's a pass interference penalty, a pass interference flag. Like, don't bail him out. Don't give him free first downs. Don't allow the momentum to change a little bit. Play penalty-free football. Don't bail him out. Make him work for every yard that this offense gets. So that's kind of my keys to victory on the defense. And what I'm going to end it with, because this is a huge topic, Brian Hoyer got the nod, so he's going to be the starting quarterback. A lot of everybody wanted to see Aiden O'Connell. And so here's my take on it. So I got two hats that I wear. One is I'm a fan, right? So I have my fan hat, and I have a lot of experience of playing and coaching this game. So I have that hat as well. So the fan side of me says I want to see Aiden O'Connell. I want to see Aiden O'Connell because I think if we roll with Brian Hoyer, let's say Jimmy G does, Jimmy G, is hurt for a few weeks. Well, if Brian Hoyer loses the next 3 games, 4 games, who knows, however it may be, we need to see if Josh McDaniels can actually win with the guy that he drafted. So I'd love to see what Aiden O'Connell can do, because I don't want that to be the excuse. McDaniels doesn't have the excuse of, oh, Jimmy G was hurt, this is why we lost. No, guess what? You brought in a quarterback made of glass. We all knew he was made of glass. We all knew he was going to get injured. I knew by week 6 he was going to be injured, at least. But so you don't have that excuse. As a fan, I'd love to see Aiden O'Connell because I think it's exciting. I think seeing him and seeing what he can do would be good for the nation just to see. But I don't think it's the right decision. Now I'll put my coaching hat on. I'll put my experienced hat on, and I think you have a good defense that is really firing on a lot of cylinders right now. You're going against a really bad offense. And so there's a good chance that the defense is going to hold this team to under possibly 17, 13 points. There's a good chance that we hold them to under that 17-point mark. You bring in a veteran that's not going to come in and have to work the kinks out and get a flow first and understand the game. No, he's a veteran. Now I understand he hasn't won his last 12 starts. I think he hasn't won a game since 2016. I believe the stat is. So I understand all that. But he is a veteran going into Chicago, going to Soldier Field, which is not an easy place to play. And you're not going to have to, take that first quarter to work the kinks out, or for him to kind of shake those nerves out. You got a veteran that can come in and possibly just start to fire on all cylinders. And I think that's the best route right now, because this is a must-win game. We visit the Lions next week on Monday night. That's not an easy game. That's going to be an extremely tough game. You have to win this one. It don't matter if it's ugly or not. You got to win it. I don't care if we win 9-3. We got to win this one. So take those factors into play, right? Our defense is kind of firing on all cylinders. They're doing really well. Chicago's offense is not good at all. So there's a good chance that we could hold this Chicago offense to under 10 points. Really, then you really only need 13 to 17, maybe 21 points, 20 points. I think Brian Hoyer could possibly do that. So I think, as much as it's probably not the most popular decision, I think if I put my coach's hat on, I think Brian Hoyer is the right decision. So as much as I'd like to see Aiden O'Connell, as much as I'd like to see, what he can do and prove whether or not Josh McDaniels is the guy. Because if Josh McDaniels, only wins 6-7 games this season, I think the Raiders should move on and fire him. But we have to see what Aiden O'Connell can do. So that's kind of my take on our upcoming game. I hope you guys enjoy it. I hope Sunday afternoon, depending on where you guys live, I'm in the Vegas area, so I'm on West Coast time. I hope after this game we are enjoying and looking forward to 3 straight weeks of victories. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you guys found it, somewhat beneficial. So if you did, I'd appreciate it if you liked the video, hit the subscribe button, turn on those notifications, because after the game, I'll hit you with my instant reaction video of the game. And hopefully my instant reaction is one of victory. So I'm out.